In today's video, we're going to address the market once again. All right. So today, stocks went crazy. A lot of money were made on the long side. We're going to take a look at the SPY. We're also going to take a look at some stocks that are about to report earnings this week. All right. So let's dive right into it right off the bat. In yesterday's video, for those of y'all who watched that video, I told y'all that I was expecting a test of this level up here. There are individuals up here, short sellers specifically, who are hoping for the overall market to continue falling down. They have to be tested before we decide whether we want to continue to collapse on a daily. I mean, you see that? Again, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, I mentioned this gap right here, which is eventually going to get filled. But before that happens, I definitely expect the SPY to get up to 454 in that red box. We might see it tomorrow morning even. A lot of stocks are looking like the structures among different stocks are kind of looking similar, which are pointing in one direction, obviously up. So we'll see how things open up in the morning. We'll see. So that's for the SPY. Now, the next thing that we're going to discuss is the Nasdaq. Now, with the Nasdaq, let's look at /NQ. We're gonna check out the 4-hour time frame right here. All right, this is the second reason why I think that this little rally that we experienced today may trickle into tomorrow, is because let's change it to the 1 hour and zoom in again right over here. All right, there's this level of resistance right there, which got tested at the close. It's right on the edge. If it opens up higher, these individuals right here will cover, and when they cover, it will push stock higher again, and the next people who will be up are these ones right there. All right, so watch how the Nasdaq behaves at these specific levels. I'm not bearish for tomorrow because, again, I've mentioned certain there's specific structures intraday that are indicating another leg up in the morning. All right, so just watch how it behaves and don't get too greedy, especially if you bought cost day for tomorrow. Now, the stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, there's just one stock that I saw today. Let's check it out. That stock is TTD. All right, now we're gonna zoom out. TTD had a pretty bad week, or a pretty bad, I would say 2 weeks. Pretty bad 2 weeks. It's been dropping since the highs of 190. And for those of y'all who are not too, who don't know exactly why it went up to 190 to begin with, to $90, I mean, to $90. It's because of this flag on the chart. There was this flag right there, and then it broke out right here, presented an opportunity for a swing, and then once it got it to its price target, it just started to chop sideways, formed a double top right here. We got one top, we got two, and then earnings pretty much caused the stock to collapse. They might have done well, but it's all about the reactions. Again, like I always say on this channel, holding anything through earnings is 150% gambling. All right, so if you're going to do it, manage your risk, because the odds are that we probably lose some money. All right, even if the earnings are spectacular and the numbers are spectacular, the reaction is very unpredictable. Even if there's a structure on the chart, a very beautiful structure, it can still go in a way that you would not expect. But as of right now, with the way it's looking, it's dropped down to a very key level, which is why I want to share this one with y'all. If you go on the daily and we go sideways, it touched 75. It's right at this level right there. All right, the volume not the greatest. I wish it was a little bit higher. Right now the volume is at 3.7 million. I wish it was more like 10 million. That would be a lot better. But if the Nasdaq continue its uptrend, this one should follow as well. The trade desk is a tech stock, and they usually follow social media stocks actually, like Meta and Snapchat. So as long as those continue to climb, this one will climb as well. The other reason why I think it's going to bounce from this level is because of the 5-minute chart. If we zoom into the 5-minute, right over here, there is actually a bullish pennant on the charts right there. All right, a bullish pennant that is happening after a massive sell-off. There's some very good chances of it continuing to climb up. All right, it broke out right at like 240, 250, right into the close. It closed at today's high. I'm expecting to move all the way up towards like 76.50, which would bring the contracts up by like, let's see, yeah, the contracts are very, very cheap on that one. So a $2 increase would cause the value of this specific contract, this strike, the $76 strike, to go up by 80 to 90 bucks, which is nearly an 80% gain. All right, so watch this one for a potential push towards this level of resistance at exactly 76.5 right there. If it doesn't open up over there, it might open up right here and then have a morning spike, and it's gonna chop over here before potentially pulling back. So watch the trading desk. Now, some stocks that are having earnings this week, which might present some opportunities as well. Again, it all depends on how the earnings play out. But first, we gotta look at how it's looking right now. The first stock is HD. The retail sector is announcing earnings. All right, so things will get very interesting during this week. Right now, it's not overvalued. It's been trading between 269 and 340 throughout the past year and a half. All right, let's see. How many days is this? From here all the way down to, yeah, about a year and a half. It's been trading in that range for that time. Now, looking at it on the weekly, somebody could argue that there is an inverse head and shoulders. It is there. I see it. I kind of like it, but I have to wait to see how that earnings reaction is. I have to wait for the reaction to see if I want to take a trade on this one. But we got the left shoulder, we got the head, and then we got the right shoulder right here. It's right on the neckline, so push above that neckline would be wonderful for longs. And all of these short sellers, again, keep in mind, at these points, these wicks that you see right there, they're filled with short sellers. They're filled with people who want the stock to collapse. All right, so if the reaction is great and it's positive, they're going to panic. They're going to be very, very terrified. And when the shorts are terrified, the longs press harder. And when that happens, the stocks tend to climb even higher. They tend to be a squeeze. All right, so I'll be watching this one. I'm not gonna try to guess and see and tell you guys that the reaction is gonna be perfect and everything is gonna fly. Like, no, let's just wait and see. They have earnings in the morning, so keep this one on your watch list for that. All right, now the next stock that we're going to address in this video, the last stock that we're going to address, that one is Target. Another stock in the retail sector. Now, Target, this one I've been watching it for a while now because it is at a key level on the daily and the weekly. Like, if we zoom out, the previous level of resistance, which is now support, is at exactly 129. All right, could it go lower? Probably. All right, it depends on how the company have been doing throughout the past year, honestly, because they do compare like the growth of the company, the growth of the revenue, like year over year. So that's something that you should keep in mind. when you are looking to invest long term in these companies. All right, but the main focus is the short term reaction to earnings, which, let's see here. Earnings for this one is in 2 days. This is what, the 16th? Yeah. So as we get closer to earnings, this one is pre-market, but still the contracts are going to get inflated because what usually happens with contracts when earnings is up. They get more and more expensive. And if the reaction is not massive enough, they tend to be an IV crush, where the longs and the shorts get crushed. All right. So again, don't gamble through earnings, and if you are, just manage your risk and be ready to accept the loss, because that's usually, again, there's a 66% chance that you don't make money. Right? It can either go against you, or it could go nowhere. That's where everybody loses. So keep this one on your watch list as well. If the reaction is good, like HD, we could see a run all the way up to into the 140s. All right, so that's my very honest thoughts on the stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot, and allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you're new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. All right. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, the strike price, the price targets, the stop loss, the structures, the main reason why I'm taking trades. That way you learn as we go. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and at Patternology on Instagram and on Twitter. Lastly, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, you can get some free stocks after signing up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. I will see all of you in the next video.